gangs are there for a reason. Gangs are there for community, and they're there because, listen, gangs are formed for a community. They're formed because they're lacking something, and that they
drug cartels and human trafficking and sex trafficking and gang raping.
No, that's a byproduct of human evil. That's not what gangs. I'm saying gangs in general, not MFP.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. I genuinely cannot believe this. This is crazy.
I think we should abolish jail and we should allow all the violent immigrants and yes.
We should allow them to what?
Stay here.
Okay. Do you think that we could abolish jails, get all the violent immigrants, your words, and all the violent felons in jail? Could we put them here at USF on campus?
Yes, and I'll hang out with them.
You'll hang out with them?
Mm-hmm.
Gangs are there for a reason. Gangs are there for community, and they're there because, listen, gangs are formed for a community. They're formed because they're lacking something.
Gangs are formed because people want money and they don't want to do it the hard way, such as getting a job and paying taxes, going to college, or picking up a trade. So they do it the immoral and illegal way, such as selling drugs and trafficking humans and robbing people. Then they do it together with their friends, so they call it a gang. Nonetheless, people do get dragged into gangs through immoral things, but that has nothing to do with why gangs were formed. I don't even know why in 2025 we're defending gangs. I don't know how we got to this point, but we're here. Nonetheless, make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get into it.
In your mind that he's done especially well. We're just making like a collage thank you video.
We're talking about President Trump?
Yeah, You can thank him, and you can have as long as you want. There's a lot of accomplishments, a lot of things to thank him for, so take your time.
I don't really have a comment on that. I'm not really fond of him, so.
Okay. All right. Is there one thing you can thank him for?
Yeah. For giving us drama.
So you have the floor. What would you like to thank him for?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
He's done nothing good.
Not that I know of.
We're asking people if there's anything they would like to thank Donald Trump for.
I don't really like what's happening with the Department of Education. That's
Okay.
kind of scary. A lot of my colleagues have been fired as a result of budget cuts and stuff like that. And honestly, I just, at this moment, I don't feel very grateful.
How are you? I love your outfit. I love your outfit.
You're the last person I thought I would literally ever see on my first day back.
I follow you on Instagram.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
What's my Instagram?
I would never put that out there. I don't want people to find you. You're a private person.
Thank you for respecting my privacy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
We're asking people today if they want to thank Donald Trump for the job he's done so far.
I don't think that I do today.
No.
No.
I can't buy anything from Canada anymore.
Would you thank him for, let's say, the deportation of violent criminals from our country?
No, I believe he's deporting people who do not deserve to be deported. I believe he's ripping families apart.
Okay. Who is he deporting that shouldn't be deported?
He's deporting a lot of working class people and, people who deserve to be here just like anyone else. No one's illegal.
So is it that your opinion they should be allowed to stay here, or is it that they are illegal and he's deporting them?
My opinion is that they should stay here and no one is illegal on stolen land.
I'm not really a political person, but I guess there's one thing. I did like this one thing. I don't really like him personally, but there's this one thing that I did like. The big American flag in front of the White House and in the back. I thought that was cool. Okay. I mean, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I'm just not a very political person, but I think that's cool for everybody, you know, like
patriotism.
Yeah.
So you love your country.
I do. I mean, I can recognize that there's problems, but also recognize I'm very privileged to be here. And ladybug just flew on you.
I don't want to get deported or some shit. I'm not trying to do anything illegal. Yeah.
Well, that's the only way you would be deported, is if you overstayed your visa or did something illegal.
Or if I said something illegal, that would, get the ice on me. So.
Well, here in America, I don't know if you know, we have free speech. So unless you're inciting violence, is really, saying something
There's not
illegal.
Really free speech for immigrants.
How so?
Because I've seen.
You know what? No, I kind of agree with you, because if you're going to come to our country and disrespect our country and talk bad about it and be ungrateful.
So here's what I say. The student is trying to be overly cautious because right now there is a lot of change happening in the United States. There's a lot of change. And he doesn't want to say anything, even accidentally, that comes across as offensive, which he's young. He's a student. Got to give him credit for that. He's a student at the end of the day. But the reason why a lot of people are unable, or I wouldn't say unable, but just decide not to give Trump credit is because Trump in nature is very, he's very loved, and he's also not loved. Meaning a lot of people love him to death. They love him. He's very polarizing. People love him and people hate him. That's just the truth, whether you love or hate him. So a lot of people think he's doing an amazing job, and a lot of people think he's not. And that's what happens when you go in and you make a lot of change in a place. A lot of people are going to appreciate it. A lot of people aren't going to appreciate it. Nonetheless, continue.
For being here, you don't have free speech because you're not a citizen.
Exactly.
So no, all right, do you feel tempted to say something bad about America?
No, not at all. No. No.
Stolen land, go more into that.
Stolen land. This land was given by Native Americans who lived here, and then when people came, they kind of pushed them out and put them on reservations, and so they took away their land from them. Now, this land isn't, something that belongs to anyone. It is land. However, that doesn't mean someone's illegal on it, because when they came here, did they sign any papers? Did they make anything? Did Christopher Columbus say, oh, well, he didn't discover America, but whoever came to America first, from Europe or anything, did they make paperwork? Did they sign anything?
Well, they settled.
Yeah, they settled.
They settled here.
Right.
Yeah.
But was there paperwork that they signed? Did they have to go through anything that the people here are going through?
They went through colonization.
Right.
And they settled here, and they fought for this land, and they won this land.
They won this land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, also, we don't really know who this land belongs to because there's so many different tribes that use barbaric measures to murder and scalp and rape each other. And so we're not sure who exactly this land belongs to.
That's very true. When people say Native Americans, they kind of use that as a monolith to all the different tribes that existed in Native America. There wasn't just one tribe that was here and then the settlers came and just destroyed the whole tribe. That's not how it worked. It was different tribes who didn't really live in and communicate with each other that had certain parts of land, and they used to fight over the land. And what settlers did, they came here and they also fought over the land and they won. And the problem is that they won. That's the issue that's going through her brain. I don't know.
If you have any information on that, though, do you know specifically who this land belonged to originally?
No, like you said, there's a lot of tribes. However, when people came here to settle, it's when someone comes and wants to take your land from you, the only measure you can do is resort to violence if they're being violent towards you.
He just has this way of making everyone so divided, making everyone feel unsafe, unless you're a very specific kind of person. Not me personally, no.
Do you know anybody who feels unsafe?
Plenty of people, yeah.
Like who?
From my community, there's a lot of immigrants who just have to fear for their safety regardless of their legal
Are they legal?
status. Yes.
Why would they have to feel unsafe if they're legal?
Simple answer is racism, profiling. There's just...
What examples do you have of that?
In my community, I would say in Immokalee, there's just a lot of, you could say, unmarked vans, ice trucks, that just essentially kidnap people.
Do they?
They do.
What's your favorite thing about this country?
The diversity.
The diversity.
Yeah, a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Black, Hispanics, whites.
Yeah.
Indians.
What's your favorite?
Hispanics.
Yeah, those are your favorite.
Pretty cool people. Yeah. The amigos and the amigas. Yeah.
Oh, the amigas.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are your favorite, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? We are going to deport you for that one. Respect women, okay?
Okay, my bad. My bad,
Bro,
Trump.
what?
And
You think he likes the amigas?
Trump?
Mm-hmm.
He likes a lot of stuff. We don't want to get the list out, so, he likes a lot of stuff.
it was a countermeasure.
Okay.
It was being against, someone taking their land supposedly.
But does that also apply between tribes when a tribe would move into a different tribe's territory and they would be violent towards each other?
Yes. Well, it does happen, with those two together, but there are also mutual agreements there. There's bartering and things like that. So when there was
no, there was a lot of killing and torture and barbaric measures for when they would take each other's territory. And this was before any white person came over.
Okay, but that's their culture. I mean, they didn't have,
They have a culture of violence?
No. Not that that's their culture, but
yeah, she has no idea what she's talking about at all.
That's what happens. Throughout all of human history, people have battled each other, scalped each other, hurt each other regardless.
Yeah.
But when settlers did come, they also killed people there.
What do you buy from Canada?
There's a bunch of small businesses you can buy from Canada.
I know, but what do you buy from Canada?
I know there's a small business that has like this tea bath.
What do you buy from Canada? What do you actively buy from Canada?
She buys tea.
Tea. Okay. All right. How much did it used to cost you, and how much does it cost now?
It costs about $50 right now.
Okay.
Tariffs, who knows? We don't know yet how much it could cost.
So, if the tariffs were in effect and making it hard for you to buy things, shouldn't you know how much it costs with the tariffs?
We don't know how much it's going to cost.
Okay. So how much did it used to cost you?
$50.
Okay. And so right now, if you went to buy your tea from Canada right now, you could look it up and tell me.
Well, we don't know how much it's going to cost.
Bro, she don't know, bro. Let's be honest. A lot of American lives weren't affected that much due to Trump. Let's be honest. It wasn't negatively affected. She doesn't know. Nothing in her life really changed that much.
You could just go online.
August
You could just go online right now and tell me. You told me that you can't buy things from Canada.
Because I can't afford it.
We don't know originally who this land belongs to. And so if no one's illegal, how do we protect the people who live in this country? How do we protect our borders? How do we protect our property?
Well, when you think about that, most of the people who are portraying a lot of the violence and things like that, they are citizens of America. So you saying that people from other countries are portraying most of the violence.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Well, you when you told me, you were like, we have to deport violent criminals and things like that. Yeah, but there's also American citizens who are criminals and they go to jail just like anyone else. So why can't...
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that... So they get held accountable for their crimes and they go through due process and they go to jail. Right. I think the same laws should apply to people who come over unvetted and they commit a crime by crossing the border illegally. And then they commit a further crime by committing violence or acts of aggression against people who are citizens of this country. I think the same same standards should be applied to them. And if deportation is what the law says that they should get it.
Okay, but why is that the ultimate,
why are you okay with someone who's an American citizen going to jail, but you're not okay with an illegal alien who crossed over the border illegally, who commit violent crimes, getting deported?
Well,
Don't touch my stuff. What are you doing?
Would you like to reply?
Yes.
You can go ahead, yeah.
I think we should abolish jail and we should allow all the violent immigrants and... Yes.
We should allow them to what?
Stay here.
Okay. Do you think that we could abolish jails, get all the violent immigrants, your words, and all the violent felons in jail? Could we put them here at USF on campus?
Yes, and I'll hang out with them.
You'll hang out with them?
Mm-hmm. I understand that there's certain restrictions on everything, but the system itself doesn't give people much of a chance. There's such long wait times to get your test, your naturalization. We need to focus on immigration reform, and you're going to get people for overstaying their visa when they have no way of renewing it, or
how would someone have no way of renewing their visa?
Because their appointment just takes so damn long.
So if they were able to get it in the first place, I think that immigrants and people in general are probably smart enough to know their expiration date on their visa and go through and I don't think we should be like saying that they're not able to do it. I think they're able to do it. You staying in America when that's over, you going back?
They're definitely able to do it. And sometimes I just wonder if these students are genuinely serious or are they just trolling? Because a lot of their thoughts they're really concerning. I'm not going to lie. They're genuinely concerning. You want illegal domestic terrorist gangs to come to your college campus so you could be friends and play with them. That's just a weird thing to say.
It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you better get out of here. Go. Bye. What would you do with them?
I don't know. I have like Uno in my backpack. We can play Uno.
Yeah. So would you give out green cards?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very brave of you. That's very brave of you.
Cards too, and like blue ones.
Yeah.
I have like Hello Kitty Uno.
You think that the MS-13 gang members and the gangs all around the country that are in jail, citizens or not, you think they would love to just sit down with you and play a game of Hello Kitty Uno?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that you should petition to harbor and take care of a violent MS-13 gang member from deportation. You could go down to Alligator Alcatraz. It's not that far from here. You could petition to bring one home with you. And we'll check in with you in a week if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you still here in a week?
I'll come back just to see if you're still here.
Okay, like right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. All right. Would you take in a violent MS-13 gang member? Would you room with one?
That's, a particular question. That is a little weird because you think people give people labels all the time. And
no, they name themselves, like they name their own gang, MS-13.
Yeah, but you saying violent, which I understand, but gangs are there for a reason. I
can't believe this. I genuinely cannot believe this. And I always talk about videos and this wasn't recorded, no one would believe this. But genuinely, if this was not recorded, nobody would believe this. This is crazy. This is crazy.
They're for community, and they're there because, listen, gangs are formed for a community. They're formed because they're lacking something, and that they
drug
find,
cartels and human trafficking and sex trafficking and gang raping.
No, that's a byproduct of human evil. That's not what gangs. I'm saying gangs in general, not MS-13.
Oh my god, I can't believe this.
But in forms of your question, no, I wouldn't. But they also, people shouldn't just be deported based on like their tattoos or things like that.
No one's being deported because of their tattoos. They're being deported because of their affiliation with violent organizations.
Right.
It's like they've been labeled a terrorist organization by the United States government. So if they are affiliated with that, they get the boot. And furthermore, if they came over and they're part of MS-13, they're here illegally because they're not allowed in this country.
Right, but some of the people who are here illegally, they aren't part of MS-13 and they're being deported based on the premise that they are. So
it's found. So if someone's here illegally, that would be found out and then they would be deported. What should the punishment be for people who come over unvetted, cross our border illegally, and then stay in our country?
They should be given, reasonable process and reasonable ways to become a citizen. They shouldn't.
This is insane. I cannot believe this. I can't believe this. This is crazy. This is insane. I didn't know people actually believe stuff like this in real life. Wow. Wow. So if you are an illegal gang member who does sex, drug, and gun trafficking, you should be given a due process on how to get citizenship in the United States and then go to a college campus so you can play Uno with the college students there. Wow, man. Wow. If you guys have any suggestions, and I hope you do, because I might need it after this one, comment down below. My name is LFR Jojo, and I'll see you in the next one.